Hi! Today we're going to be following this tutorial on superpixels. Apparently, the use of superpixels is not recommended with QuPath, and if you can do your tasks without using them, you should. Especially because they're very constrained. In the end, a superpixel can only have one classification, and thus you're going to potentially lose information. But I've always thought that superpixels look cool, so we're going to learn how to use them anyway. So as usual, I'm going to pop this to my other monitor, open up QuPath. We're using this image today, and let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is actually generate the superpixels. Apparently there are three ways of doing this. Three options, basically. So the first one is analyze 1000 superpixels DOG. Okay, let's do the default values for now. Okay, we need an annotation first. Let's do it here. No, analyze DOG. Run. I'm not sure this is the best color to show the superpixels on an H&E, but we can see how they look like, and truth is, they don't look too well. I wouldn't say they're very nice. So what happens if we change some of this? Let's decrease this. Apparently it takes longer. Maybe too long. Okay, they're a bit better, but still not great. Can I change their size? Okay, so if I decrease this, I will get smaller regions. By the way, I've been recently made aware that I used regions that are way too big, and this would probably not work if I was running it on a laptop instead of my big computer. Okay, tinier regions now. So tiny, they're basically the cells, which then makes you question whether you shouldn't just have detected cells as objects. Okay, and if I increase this a lot, will this give me regions? Not really. I thought maybe it would separate these regions, but it isn't doing a very good job. Yeah, I guess this is proving why they're not recommended for most tasks. Okay, if I close it, what happens? I've got 81 objects, and here. Okay, in hierarchy. And then can I do Control A, and then unselect this one. Objects, delete selected objects. Yes. Okay, good. Second way of doing this is with slick superpixels. Okay. This looks better than the previous ones. Let's decrease this. Still a bit meh. Let's see if I break it. Nope. Didn't change anything really. Okay, I think that did make a difference. Bit better this one's. Yeah, not very good at separating regions, is it? Okay. Then our other option is to just create tiles. Which, judging by the quality, the appearance of the superpixels, they're not that different really, maybe for specific tasks. But still, we're going to do the whole tutorial, and we're going to learn how to analyze the features and classification with superpixels. Back to creating superpixels. Okay, we can't directly classify them because they don't have features right now. We need to calculate them. So let's go to Analyze, Calculate Features, Add Intensity Features. Okay. How do I know if I have them? Okay, can check, and yes, it did calculate all the features that I selected for each of the tiles. Not tiles, superpixels, but object type is called tile. Okay, we have the histograms as well. Good. Now that we have features, we can compute classification, right? And we could visualize this first. Let's show measurement maps. The hematoxylin mean. There we go. Oh, that's cool. Now we have to annotate. Okay, just like normal. Well, again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making things up. So I'm just going to say that this is tumor, as is this. It's really not tumor, is it? Wow. That this is stroma. I'm so sorry, pathologist watching this. If I'm making mistakes, I'm not doing it to annoy you, I promise. There you go. What if I remove the map? Ah, I needed that. Okay. I'm missing the ignore class. So there we go. Well, for something like preliminary visualization, I don't think it's such a bad idea to do this. For me, it's more, I don't know, straightforward or logical, or it makes more sense for my brain to see it first like this, have like a general information, and then do the detailed analysis. But this would help me understand the image. But that's just me. If it helps you, use it. If it doesn't, don't use it. The last thing we can do with tiles or superpixels is to merge them. So that's with analyze tiles and superpixels and convert to annotations. Clear existing annotations. I'm going to save this first. Tumor class SP. Did it work? I'm not sure it did. It hasn't changed the object type. It's still a tile, not an annotation. What am I doing wrong? Just tumor. Okay. Now it worked. And then I'd have to do a strong one separately. Okay, it has created a massive one. And then smaller ones. I think these were my annotations. I don't know why they didn't clear. 240 of 501. What does that mean? Okay, it only works for one or the other then? If I did tumor. It doesn't work. What if I delete all of the annotations that I used for training the classifier? Okay, so the stroma superpixels have disappeared. I still can't create the tumor annotations. Okay, I did Ctrl Z. We're back to the classification. going to delete everything that I used to train the classifier. And then I'm going to try again to go from tiles to annotations. Now it worked. I don't know why it didn't work before, but now it did. So now you have this annotation, and in the hierarchy, each of them separate, and then this whole thing, and this annotation for the tumor. But if you don't do that, and instead you say split new annotations, I have to delete the previous ones again. Okay, so if we split new annotations, then we create one object for each tile. Now each tile is an annotation, as you can see here, instead of a tile. Okay, now we know how to work with Superpixels. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you learned something, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Bye!